Tell us a story? Alright, alright. Okay, boys. I'll tell you guys a story, alright? What kind of story can I tell you guys? Do you guys want to hear the story of how and why I stopped playing video games for like 2 years? Yes, of course. Okay, boys. Alright, alright. My parents are the kind of people that hated video games with a goddamn passion, dude. Like literally hated them. Thought they were a waste of your life, thought that you shouldn't play them, hated that I played them at all, didn't let me play M-rated games. I never got to play COD or anything like that. I asked every year for an Xbox 360. My parents got me a Wii U, 3DS, literally everything but an Xbox, unfortunately. Not that those aren't like fun consoles or anything. It's just like, you know, not what I wanted. So basically they didn't let me do shit in regards to video games. They just drilled it into my head that video games are awful. Like, I was so brainwashed to the point where I basically told my friends, video games are a waste of time, dude. Why are you playing video games? Why are you wasting your life? I literally told my friends that. And like, I just stopped playing video games altogether. Like, they took it so far that they would tell people when I would go over their house, Mikey's not allowed to play M games. So between me not being able to, or being not allowed to play the games I wanted to play, not allowed to get the console I wanted to get, and constantly hearing in my mind every day that the video games were a waste of time and that I was wasting my life, just having my time limited so much, not being able to play on the weekdays or anything, I eventually got to the point where I was like brainwashed. You know, if you get told stuff enough by authority figures, you're gonna believe it at some point, you know? And I completely stopped playing video games for like 2 years. I'm not even joking when I say completely stopped playing. What got me back into video games actually is I got into Pokemon emulation. Like emulator Pokemon games. I was playing some like Soul Silver, you know, that's an OG game, playing some Emerald. I got into that, and by getting into that, it brought me back into some other stuff, and I decided to buy myself an Xbox 360 because, you know, I had money, I had a debit card and everything. So I bought myself a 360 with the Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 combo pack, you know, some OG shit, you know. And that's what ended up happening. I got hooked on that on Xbox. I was playing with my friend a lot. I was bad at zombies, very bad actually. I'm not gifted in video games whatsoever. I'm not gifted at all, dude. So it took me a lot of work and I was still bad. And I ended up, when World War II was coming out, I was like, okay, I want to play a new game, but obviously I can't play it on my 360. So I was going to get a gaming laptop at first. Then I realized that building a PC is so much better than a laptop. So I decided to build a PC, built it, got World War II, started streaming Black Ops 2 zombies on there, and I fell in love with streaming. And then I started upgrading my PC, started playing a lot. I grew a little bit of a following. This was back when the community was fucking dead, dude. This is when the community was fucking dead. So this is when the top of BO2 category was like 10 to 15 viewers, always. Like, community was dead. You know, it was super chill place. It was me and Legit. Me and Legit ran that place. Me, Legit, and Mitch. If you guys know Mitch, Xblizzard22 Gaming, and Chief Legit. So, you know, it was actually a great time to be in the community. I wasn't playing with a timer at that point. I was just playing casually, just having fun and stuff. Twitching me helped convince your parents to let you that playing video games should have? No. My parents think streaming is stupid. Still haven't accepted it. My dad has kind of accepted it, even though he was the one who was like super against it at first. But it's fucking weird though. They both work in the tech industry. Like, we're literally in the Silicon Valley. And they both work in like high-tech jobs, but they also both grew up in the era where video games weren't like super common. Like, my dad grew up when the Atari was big, but he never played video games or anything. I don't think that was his thing. My dad was the kind of like go outside and play with fucking dirt type of dude, you know? Get why parents would be concerned though? I guess so. Like, I get it, but like to that extent, I think the way people are raising their kids right now is fucking awful. Like, I truly think that the way people are raising their kids right now is awful. Like, kids just go on their fucking iPads all day. When they're like 2 years old, just watch YouTube, have access to fucking everything. And I think there's a certain like level of shit that people should have, you know? A certain level. And kids have too much these days. Kids have way too much, dude. Way too fucking much, man. Like, I think there's definitely a balance. Telling your kids that video games are bad are just gonna make them like want to play more. And it's just not a true statement. Anything is fine in moderation. Obviously, excessive video game usage is not okay. It's not good at all. Anything in moderation is fine, you know? I think millennials, they're the first generation to have children that have technology like as soon as they're bored. And I think they don't understand as much as Gen Z does how fucking bad it can be. So they're giving too much. And I think like boomer parents, like, I know that's like okay boomer, whatever, but my dad's like literally a boomer. Like, if your parents are like late 40s to 50 right now, you might have gotten too little. If your parents are millennials, you might have gotten too much. And I think Gen Z is going to find a balance because they grew up without technology for a bit. And then they found out what it's like to have lots of technology. So I think they can find a balance, I hope. As in like us. You just need to find a balance, man. It's all about finding a balance. But that's literally the same thing with anything. 2010 is Gen Z? No, that's not allowed. Fucking 11-year-olds are Gen Z? I don't like that. I don't associate with those people. I think people that associate with me are people that were born before the iPhone. Years before the iPhone. I'll give you more stories tomorrow if you guys remind me, okay? Ask me any fucking questions. I'll come up with a story. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night. Peace.